Hello, everybody. Thanks for making the time for watching this video for the Open Hardware Makers Experts onboarding call. My name is André, and today we're going to talk a little bit to you about Open Hardware Makers' mentoring program, how it works, and what are the roles of experts. Together with Julieta and Alex, who are here in the call with me and on the picture, as you can see, we are the organizers. We've all been working with Open Hardware for many years now, and we came up with this program after a long process, which we're going to talk about in the call. So for today, we have why we created the program, what is this all about, who's it for, how does it work, details about the curriculum, the meetings, and the time commitment needed for all of the people involved, your role as an expert, what are the next steps for you, and we have space for a Q&A and our contact information for questions once you have them. So why did we create this program? As I mentioned, we've been working for many years on this open hardware space, and more often than we would like, we got these types of points and questions, things that are really common in open source projects, not only open hardware. So for instance, one of them is like, I've built this amazing thing that no one knows about, so I don't have a community or I don't have users, or we're going to make it all open source once it's polished enough and the code is actually mature, or somebody who actually tried to replicate something and found that a crucial part of the information of the files were missing. And all of these things together, there are many others, but got us thinking, how can we actually come up with something that is useful for the community so that there is a guideline on how to create reusable, replicable, and sustainable open hardware projects. And this is what led us to create Open Hardware Makers. So this is a mentorship program where participants will be paired with a mentor. And over the course of 16 weeks, they'll go over our curriculum and learn those best practices and prepare their projects for welcoming other users, welcoming developers, welcoming more input from the community, and also make it more reproducible and replicable over time. So the program is really agnostic in terms of who is it for. So as long as it's an open hardware project, either new or old, big or small, we don't care. If it's an only individual person developing it, or if it's a team, we also welcome all of these possibilities in any domain. So it could be education, it could be science, it could be art, social innovation, a business that you're trying to start or anything like that. It really doesn't matter. What we want really is that whatever open hardware that you're developing has the best chance of surviving and becoming something really useful for you and others in the long run. From participants, actually, we only ask they're willing to participate and apply the practices that they learn to their projects. And we're also open to people anywhere in the world. So how does it work? Oh, so sorry, Alex. So Alex is going to talk about how does it work.
Thank you very much, Andre. Yeah, I will give you some insights on, well, how our mentorship program works. So first of all, as Andre already introduced, it's about a one-to-one mentorship. So each project is paired with a mentor. And something we introduced now in this rework curriculum, why it's reworked, I will tell you a bit more about in the next slide. But we also introduced now the experts assessment. That's where you come into play. And also our program is based a lot on peer review between the mentees, the project owners. We have an open and collaborative curriculum, which we also developed in a peer review process with the community. Will tell you more about it later. And it's all about hands-on learning. So we will give a lot of practical advices. There are also some exercises for the mentees to do. And finally, it will also end in a public project demo during or after our global sprint, where the participants then introduce or present their project and then can also use it, for example, to share it and spread the word. So more about the curriculum. As I already said, it was reworked because we already had a pilot as open hardware leaders. And we took the curriculum and wanted to improve it with the help of the community. So we had an open call. Everybody could contribute, could leave us comments, give feedback to our curriculum. We collected all this feedback and then went into a second round with selected experts from diverse fields, nationalities, and everything, and then reviewed it again and developed the curriculum like it is right now. So this is how it looks. There are 7 content modules and with respective submodules. By the way, it's accessible. You can access it online on curriculum.openhardware.space. And what you see here in yellow, that's the sidebar with all the modules. And well, I already said 7 content modules. And we calculate 2 weeks for each module, and each submodule of each module then follows a same structure. As you can see here, first of all, we will always introduce some content with practical examples, but then there are also assignments, and again, very practical assignments. The participants have to work on their project. That's what we want them to do. We also provide some additional resources, and well, you're also free to add more to the resources. It's hosted on GitHub, so you basically can just add a pull request and help us there if you want. But now let's take a look at the mentor meetings now. Mentor meetings, well, are bi-weekly meetings and happen every 15 days. But you as an expert, you only participate in these meetings if mentors or a mentee requests it. But just for your information and that you know what's happening there, during this meeting, the mentees and the mentor, they review the progress on the curriculum and discuss problems that come up and also different communities. And well, the mentors, we expect from the mentors that they share their own resources and connect the mentees, their mentees with their networks. And well, there, they also assess if there is external expert support, so support from you needed. Then there are the cohort meetings, which happen every other week when there is no mentor meeting. And this activity is also not mandatory for you as expert, but you are always welcome to join. So during this call, we will have a peer review of the work on the assignments, and we encourage interaction between the mentees. So we are thinking about inviting some of you into this cohort calls and to present their work and also give some insights which fit to the respective module during that week. And then we also will have a short Q&A. So last but not least, the public call and also the global sprint. The global sprint basically prepares the mentees and their projects for the public call. This activity is, again, not mandatory for you as experts, but you are welcome to join anyways. The goal of the global sprint and the public call is to present then a demo finally. And well, the global sprint is basically the preparation for this last public call. And this public call is then live streamed and takes place on week 13, which is between June 13 and 19. Now a bit more about your role, the expert's role. This will be introduced by Juli.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for watching this recording. Alex just gave you an overview of, like, it's a lot of content we know about how the program works, but we think it's important for you to understand the context of what you will be doing. So what will you be doing in concrete? You will be participating in 2 main activities. First, I would say the most relevant, the most important, is you will participate in a formal expert assessment of all the projects that are part of the cohort. This happens in the middle of the program. This means it's week 9, and it's, as it says there, the week of May 16. We have to define the date yet once the cohort starts, but we will let you know. What you will have to do during this formal assessment is dedicate some time to read the project's documentation that the mentees will send you, and we will compile for you. Once you read this project documentation and maybe some other communication materials that the projects send you, you will have to, as you would do with a peer review, you have to provide a critical but constructive feedback for the mentee. And this feedback will be given in a meeting where you will participate with other experts and the projects. So this is really important. This is the main activity that experts do in our program. The other activity is that you will, as you know, we requested you to send us some information, some profile information for our website. So as Alex mentioned, when mentors and mentees meet, mentors may detect the need for some domain-specific knowledge. So mentors are not experts, mentors are not technical experts. So mentors support mentees in their journey through the program through openness, but they may need some support in a specific technical domain, a specific financial, legal, community building domain, or any other domain, and that's where you come in. So it's really important that your profile in the website reflects your expertise, so mentors can understand what kind of knowledge they have access to. And by being there, what you're agreeing to is to participate in a specific dedicated one-to-one meetings with the mentor and the mentee for 30 minutes or 60 minutes in a session. This will happen only 1 or up to 2 times during the cohort. So you don't have to accept all the meeting invitations that you get. If you get more than 1 or 2, you can always accept or decline. But we recommend you, if you have the time, to take part in these meetings and provide this expert feedback, which is super valuable for mentees and mentors too. As Andre mentioned also, or Alex, I don't remember now, you may also be invited to take part in one of our cohort calls just to share the experience of your work. In this case, we will contact you individually in a case-to-case basis. So again, this is absolutely optional, and if you don't have the time to do this, that's perfectly fine. So which are the commitments that we are asking for from mentors, from experts in particular? As I was saying, it's 2 hours for a meeting on week 9 for the expert review. Calculate that you will probably need some extra hour for reading the material before the review. Just FYI, it's around 2 hours. These are estimates. And then you may or may not be contacted for individual project-based meetings up to 60 minutes, again, for the whole duration of this program. So that is, remember, the cohort starts on March 14 and it finishes in July, 1st of July. So it's 16 weeks, but for the whole duration of those 16 weeks, this is the time commitment for experts. Experts are the roles that we have in the program that have the less time commitment, because we know that not everyone can dedicate so much time as mentors, right? Another commitment that is very, very important for us as organizers is that if you cannot attend a meeting, and again, experts do not have so many meetings scheduled as part of the program, but if you cannot make it, please let us know as soon as possible, because if we can try to arrange, accommodate, or try to solve the situation in some way, it becomes a problem when we learn last minute that you will not be able to attend. And the third one is that we have two main channels for communication. One is email. You can directly email the team, and the 3 of us will be looking at that, or as we will see later, the GOSH forum. But when the program starts, we will be sending you emails so you are on top of what is going on. And if we ask you for some information, or if we ask you to reply to a calendar invitation, please try to do it as soon as possible, because we have to organize lots of schedules and lots of different time zones and roles within the program. So it's very important to have that reply as soon as you can. So next steps. We already contacted you asking for profile information from for our website. Some of you, I think most of you did it. If you haven't done it, please send it as soon as possible so we can publish it. We have a forum where mentors have already introduced themselves. We are currently, our applications period for projects is still open until Monday. So mentees are not on the forum yet. On the forum, you will only find mentors now. The GOSH forum is the Open Science Hardware Community Forum, and we have a community there that is called Open Hardware Makers. We will send you anyway the direct link to introduce yourselves by email. But it's really nice if you could introduce yourself and meet the other mentors and share, for example, why you're joining the program and which are your expectations. And finally, as I was saying before, just wait for emails from our side. Remember, the program starts March 14. We will be communicating weekly to give you the updates of the program. So if you have, after this recording, any questions regarding your role as an expert, your time commitment, the communication channels, or any other question, any doubt that you may have about the program, please send us an email. We will set up a little chat, or if we can solve it via email, we solve it via email, but please don't be shy and just contact us with your question. And I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching this this onboarding for experts, and we're really excited to have you here with us at Open Hardware Makers.